test 1 2, testing from the Juanki ears, testing from the Juanki ears. Let's see. I am coming through. Let me just get all messages up in here. Test 1 2, test 1 2, test 1 2. Friday night. It is Friday night, and I feel alright. I am in the kitchen with JuankiPro. I have a nasty piece of menu that I am working on right now. Let me hold on for 30, and then I shall commence. With the unintentional, and unintentional ASMR. All right, it is today's show. Today's show is JuankiPro in the kitchen. I am cooking a whole meal for my lovely, incredible Hulk, and I said I am going to go ahead and tell the people what I'm making. Let's see. Can you guys hear me? Give me a sound check. Microphone check. 1 2 1 2. All right. So I'm currently making my infamous red sauce because I will be making for tonight's dinner. I am making my spaghetti and meatballs. That's turkey meatballs, angel hair spaghetti meatballs in my infamous, notorious red sauce. My mouth is watering already. So that's the meal with a freshly squeezed lemonade. And then for dessert, I am making a peach cobbler. Absolutely. I don't know if I told the people that I have a peach tree up in the backyard. And I've now done 3 collections in the last like 2 weeks, 3 or 4 collections. So it's peaches to go around for fucking weeks. And I said I should do something with these peaches. So I am making a peach cobbler. I perused some recipes earlier today. I am told. Hello, Naris21. Can you give me a sound check, Naris? Thank you so much for being here. Sound check, sound check. 1 2 1 2. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I'm up in the kitchen. Let me see. Let me type something in here to see. Let me see. Where's the chat? No. See, I'm so used to when you go messages, when you go, how do I chat here? How do I put something in here? Let's see. Um, Sound good. Okay, good. Thank you. I am in the kitchen. Welcome to the kitchen with JuankiPro. You will be getting this as an ASMR. I'm Latin, so I don't know how to do low sounds. The menu for tonight, Naris 21, is I'm making some angel hair pasta. Well, that's already made. All I have to do is, boil it and shit. But I'm gonna make some angel hair pasta with some turkey meatballs. Okay, we try to keep it healthy around here. And I am making my infamous red sauce. All right. I got 20 more minutes to go on the sauce before I put a can of Hunt's tomato paste in there and let it simmer for another 30 minutes. My tomato sauce sits in there for an hour and 30 minutes, so 90 minutes. I am currently now focusing my energy and my efforts on the meatballs. I had, where is it? Oh, I already took the packaging out. But I got some lean turkey meat, and so I put some, I do my seasonings on it, and then I also put some peppers and onions in it, and then I roll them out in little balls, and I'll cook those. And so then I assemble everything together. But I'm really excited about the peach cobbler. Naris 21, did I tell you that I have a peach tree back there? I have a peach tree back there. And I've been having a lot of peaches lately, so I was like, I don't want them to go bad. So I froze some, and today when I went to pick up some more, because I literally have picked up like 4 times already in a row. Um, I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and try a peach cobbler. So I'll be trying a peach cobbler later tonight. Drop a bomb on the peach cobbler. I have the recipe here. I had a friend send me the his recipe, and then I was like, well, let me look around because this looks a little intense. So I looked around Naris 21 in YouTube, and I was putting black peach cobbler because, well, if you know, you know. And then my friend said, no, put Southern peach cobbler. So I put Southern peach cobbler, and some really simple recipes came in. So I'm excited. Look, my mouth is watering already. I went and I got some brown sugar. I got some white sugar. I got some ground nutmeg. I got some baking powder, which I didn't know there was a difference between baking powder and baking soda. So are you supposed to cook with baking soda? And if not, then why is it called baking? All I know baking soda to do is clean really good. Um, for science class, whenever we needed to do a science project, I always did the volcano, with the mixture so it could erupt and shit. For the science fair, always did the volcano, and it was the mixture of vinegar and baking soda. You put it in there, and boom, the volcano would erupt and shit. Always got an A+ on it too. But I did not know that there was a difference between baking powder and baking soda. I always thought you cook with the baking soda. So I got me some baking powder here, and I got me my instructions. So it is what it is. When it comes down to seasoning turkey meat, I'm always, I don't want to put it over adobo. I put adobo, I put sofrito on it. I do the whole thing. But because, you know, turkey meat is pretty bland. Like you gotta put a lot of your seasonings for it to be like, damn, this is good. So I'm putting like cut up peppers in it and cut up onions in it. I put some onion salt, some onion powder, some garlic powder, some adobo. Easy, es Goya. Tiene que ser bueno. If it's Goya, it's got to be good. I put that one in there. And I also put my mama's sofrito, which I wouldn't be able to tell you what's in it. I just know it's good. It's all good. And she makes it herself. She makes batches of it, and we're always fighting the children to see who's good, because she always makes odd batches. So you were always arguing to see who's gonna be able to take the most out of it. So now I have my meat all seasoned. I'm going to roll them out now. Roll them out and put them in a plate, and then I'm going to pan fry them a little bit. Pan fry them, and that's how the meat is going to be done. This is my version of a clean Italian dish. Now, restaurant one says, "Yeah, I don't care for turkey meat." Well, I prefer the turkey meat because it's leaner. I have some goals that I would like to achieve in this coming year and all that, and so I want to start eating better and cleaner. As an advocate for vitamin D deficiency, it's very important. Oh, and that's another example. You remember how I told you yesterday that? So I took my dosage for the week, and it took me down for a little bit. And now you see how much, and I have so much energy. I'm here making a 3-course meal for tonight at 7:30. You know what I'm saying? This won't be done until like 10 o'clock anyway. But here I am cooking down to the dessert. It's because I have the energy. I feel great right now. I feel great. So again, keep advocating. You should get your vitamin D checked. You never know what the deficiency may be. All right, so now I have the turkey here. I'm going to take it and make it into little balls. Um, I wear some gloves for this. You know, I'm always wary of people who cook without gloves. It's just, I don't know. I just feel like the nails and things. I don't know. It's just not my ministry or my registry. You know what I'm saying? Now it says 10. 10 about what? Tens across the floor? Anyway, it's a Friday night. It's a Friday night, and there's no better place I want to be than here cooking an amazing meal that I know the most of the ingredients that went on it into it. You know, I'm very concerned with the recent events where we have all these parasites and viruses that are in like the food now until the food is done. Well, yeah, until everything is done because the peach cobbler, I haven't started on the cobbler yet. I'm just doing I'm just doing the meatballs now. The sauce still has like another hour and like 20 minutes to go. The angel hair gets done in just like 12 minutes. But the cobbler, which this is my first time doing it, but the cobbler, putting the two different pieces together, that takes about a good 30 minutes. And then the recipe calls for it to be in the oven for about 45 minutes. So by the time I assemble everything, I think it'll be 9:45 ish, 10 o'clock. Now says they always been in our food, honey. You think so? I'm not so sure about that. You think so? Well, if they always been in our food supply and all that, well, now that I know, it's a little bit more upsetting and more of an issue for me. And I just don't trust outside. I don't trust outside. I saw a video of a worker of a specific type of food restaurant, if I could call it out a restaurant. I will say that I've stopped eating there way long ago. I stopped eating there when they decided to take shit away from black people and had the balls to go up in Capitol Hill and do the little speeches and the little march until they fucking realize, oh wait, it's really gonna affect us too. Now they're on some, oh, I didn't know it was gonna affect us. So I stopped eating from the places a long periodical time ago, but I recently, saw a video where the Chinaman was back there and spat on the food just because the people were black. And it got me to thinking, I'm like, you know what? There's no safer place to get food from than your own motherfucking kitchen that you cooked your own self. You know what I'm saying? There's no safer place for that to take place than your home. And I've just been very selective of where I eat, where I spend my money. I like to be able to like see what the F I'm eating, you know what I'm saying? And how it's cooked. Like I chose, like, with my, even though down to the sauce, like I could have picked up a jar of ragu. I could have picked up a jar of ragu. But my husband, the Incredible Hulk, has now told me for over 5 years that he loves my sauce. I have not fed my husband, the Incredible Hulk, red sauce from a jar in over 5 years. Drop a bomb on that. Over 5 years. Over 5 years. So I'm just not about that life anymore. While we are in the sauce, I got 10 minutes before I open up the hunts. I got my meatballs already rolled up. If they're turkey, are they still meatballs or are they turkey balls? What are they? So I got them here. That was about, I think, like half a pound of meat. Dos, cuatro, seis, ocho, diez, doce, and we got 12 meatballs. So that's 6 balls each. Drop a bomb on the balls. My husband is gonna have 6 balls, and I'm gonna have the other 6 tonight. Drop a bomb on that. So I guess if it comes in a pair, I'll be able to do 3 rounds, 3 rounds of balls tonight. Anyway, so 9 minutes before I have to put the sauce in. So to put the tomato paste. So what? Let me give you a little bit of my trick. So my red sauce is very simple yet very satisfying. It always leaves people wanting more. Um, what it is basically is you're gonna get 2 cans of of organic no salt, no sodium, and they got these organic, no sodium peeled tomatoes. Two big jars, two big cans. You're gonna open them up and set them aside. You're going to take one red onion. You're gonna dice up the onion. You're gonna take, and I do this all by eye. Like I've done it so much that I could just measure it by eye. You're going to take a little bit of your extra virgin oil. You're gonna put it in your pot. Extra virgin oil. You put your extra virgin oil in there, and you're gonna drop in your chopped up onions, red onions. You're gonna put a lid on it. And you're gonna reduce the fire. What you're trying to do is you're trying to, um, what's the word that they use? You're trying to, you're not trying to overcook the onion. There's a name for it. Oh, and it's escaping my mind right now, my mouth right now. You want to, what's the word? You want the onion to become translucent without it burning. So you want it to be a little bit translucent. Um, so you stir it a little bit, drop the fire low, stir it a little bit. The aroma is gonna kick in. When you see it being translucent, then you're gonna go ahead and put some pepper in there, ground pepper. I like to actually ground the pepper as I'm. So I got the peppercorn, and then I just ground it right there with the thingamajig, right? So you put it in there, you let everything simmer in there, and then you drop in your 2 cans of peeled whole tomato and the sauce that comes out of that, right? Then you're gonna take the same jar, can, fill this up with some water, and you're gonna fill it, drop them in there, and then you put a lid on it, and you let that sit on covered for the first 60 minutes, an hour. Once that hour is done, you're going to go ahead and open up your pot. You're going to take and it's important. This is extremely important. Whenever you're dealing with the tomato sauce that you're making, you always have to use a wooden spoon. You cannot use anything but a wooden spoon. It's something about the aluminum of the spoon and all that shit. It has to be a wooden spoon that you use. So after the first hour, you're gonna go ahead. You're gonna open up your sauce like I'm doing right now. You're gonna give it a nice stir, all right, making sure that nothing is burning. And then you're gonna take your spoon, your wooden spoon, and you're gonna start smashing the tomatoes, breaking them in half. They should just be able to just pop open right there. And so more juice is gonna come out of the tomatoes, and you slowly, you hear it? I'm just cutting them all up in the pot, all up in the pot, and the liquid is gonna get a little more thicker now that I'm doing this. You see, I'm doing this and it's getting thicker. There I go, doing this and it's getting thicker. Boom. Okay, so I did that. One of my big secrets, I put some sugar in my tomato sauce. Drop a bomb on that. And no, I don't just put just any type of sugar. We don't do the white powder over here. Not that oil. I will be putting some brown sugar, the dark one. I want the dark one. I don't want the light skin brown sugar. No. I don't want the second on Viv. I want the original on Viv in my fucking tomato sauce. So I got here brown sugar, and you're gonna take. I throw in there 2 spoons, 2 whole spoons of brown sugar. You can also put a little bit of salt. But why, if we're putting sugar, you're gonna put salt? I don't know. I don't do the chemistry. I'm just doing what the recipe called for back when I learned it. So I got 2 spoons of sugar in there. Boom. And then I'm going to also do a little bit of salt, just a little bit of salt. Something about it, it'll just go back and forth. Hello, Miss View. How are you? Miss View, today it's cooking with Juanki in the kitchen. I am cooking for the Incredible Hulk. We will be eating closer to 10 o'clock, Miss View, because I'm doing a whole production. You know me. I am doing my infamous, notorious red sauce. I just gave the recipe, so you can rewind me later on and listen to it. And I'm doing some angel hair pasta. And I just rolled out some turkey meatballs. So it's going to be Italian. And then I'm also doing a peach cobbler, Miss View. I heard all of it. Wonderful. Great. I'm doing Miss View because I don't know if I told you, I got a peach tree back there. And so I got all these peaches. Maybe I'll put a photo up there. And so I've been harvesting the harvest. And so I want to go ahead and do a peach cobbler. So it's a whole thing that I'm gonna do, and I'm excited for it. I've never made the peach cobbler before. Never made the peach cobbler before. She is cooking. Um, you have a personal peach and you growing peaches. Yes, yes. And I've already collected. It's been four times that I've gone out there with the basket. Some of them I can't reach, so Hulk has to pull those down for me. But the ones that I can, I've already done four collections, Miss View, four collections, and there's still some up there that he gonna get for me tomorrow because I just can't. I don't have a ladder, and plus it's the ground. Like I can't open the ladder back there and all that. But yeah, we've been eating peaches from the tree for like maybe 3 weeks now. I take him to work, all of that. So, but however, comma, um, Nourish 21 says, "Do you have an apron though?" No, I have one in the drawer. I didn't wear it today. I definitely have a apron in the drawer. I just didn't feel like wearing it today. Nourish 21, don't come for me. But yes, I have a blue apron and I have a black apron. That but I don't, I don't really mind. I'm gonna shower anyway and all of that, and I don't mind. I'm not wearing like clothes that I don't mind. They catch a little bit of the smell and the heat and all that. But all right, so I just worked, ladies and gentlemen, a small Hunt's tomato paste can, the whole thing. You want to put the whole thing in there, and it thickens up your sauce right away. Right away, it thickens up your sauce. All right, you want to then drop the fire to low and let that bitch sit there for, you could say right there, for another hour. So we're gonna drop that B below right there like that for an hour. As a matter of fact, I am going to move it from the big range to the small range because it'll be lower fire, right? And then in the big range, I'm going to get into these meatballs. Now, if they're turkey balls, Miss View, are they meatballs or they're turkey balls? They're still balls. Balls are balls, but what kind is there? Let's see. Miss View says, such a great house husband. Okay, Marcus Stewart, cooking with Juanki, with a pro, JuankiPro, that is. Yeah, still meatballs. Okay, so I'm about to do the meatballs now. Put the meatballs now, and then we're gonna get to the cobbler. Now, I don't know why. I know why. My husband is the one who came up with the cobbler idea. Of course, he wasn't gonna be the one making it. And so today, he's still out running a business right now. Um, I'm here making the food. But today I was like, I went back there and I got another thing of peaches, and I was like, you know what? Let me see if I can figure out this cobbler thing. Now I heard that the peach cobbler situation that's like a difficult thing to get right. So we shall see. It's the first time. I know he better eat it. I know he better eat it. Not after all this work. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, I put some extra virgin oil in the pot that I'm going to be frying, flash frying or whatever the meatballs um, for my Italian dish. Anyway, I was starting to say that on a Friday night, there's no other place I'd rather be, Miss You, than here at home. I have already ran the New York City streets. I'm okay here. I'm okay here. I love it here. I prefer this. I know what we're putting in our bodies. I think part of it is also because I'm older, and I guess I'm slowing down a little bit. Though, Miss, can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? The timer just went off. So that, ladies and gentlemen, was the timer for the sauce. And now I guess when I'm live, I can't have the timer on. So it is 7:55. Half hour from 7:55 would be seven, no, 8, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 55, 55, 8, 5, 8, 25. Yes, I count in Spanish. Drop a bomb on that. Yes. I count in Spanish. I think in English. Okay. I count in Spanish. I think in English. No, I don't have to translate shit in my head when somebody's talking to me in English. Let me go ahead and turn the extractor, turning on the extractor, and let's flash fry these meatballs. Flash fry these meatballs. So I was thinking today, I was like, okay, what am I gonna do my show about today? Today is supposed to be the not safe for work, you know, hot girl summer story shit. But I was like, you know what? No, I'm just gonna take it easy today. Um, take it easy today. I've been reflecting a lot. I've been reflecting a lot just at how a big boy I am now, with a whole husband of a few years, running businesses, planning for the future, estate planning, Miss View, planning investments. Where do you want to be? Not like, I don't know. I feel like life has been, as a performer, I'm always, it's always about the story, right? You got your beginning, your middle, your end, your exposition, your rising action, you have your cliffhanger, then you have your intermission. And that's also how I've seen life. And now that I am happily married, I would like to think we have a successful business. We can make the bills. Now, I'm not going to front. Economy is absolute fucking trash. It's absolute fucking trash. We make it. We're able to live happily and do what we got to do. But if this administration wasn't there, life would be much more fulfilling in terms of the cash flow. Drop a bomb on that. Anybody that says, anybody who's middle class and below, who says that they're doing well in this economy is absolutely lying. Anybody who's a business person who has like a regular business is not tied into some, you know, nefarious government shit, where they're getting their pockets lined and shit like that. But anybody who's like a hardworking individual cannot say that they're having an excellent time during this time. I am conscious about every single cent that comes in and comes out and goes out. I can tell you, Ms. View, down to the fucking penny, what everything costs, where everything is going. And it's not because I am a micromanager like that, or I got something going on where I need to know everything. No, it's because we have to. Everybody's living, just a few paychecks from destitute and from issues and from all of that. So it's tough out there. It really is tough out there. So it's very important that come November, everybody makes their voice heard. Come November, go in there and do what you got to do. And you got to be prepared. I know there are people that have become accustomed now to vote by mail. Don't do that shit. Don't do that shit. The mail people already said they ain't concerned about getting your mail ballots to the place on time. They don't give a F. They're going to do what they're going to do whenever they want to F and do it. If you're going to get a mail-in ballot, I prefer you go face to face. I prefer you go face to face. I love me going face to face. The ladies are usually nice. There's usually some people at the corner or right a couple of steps away from the door trying to convince you of shit, and you just shake your head and keep walking. They give you a nice little sticker. Every time I go with Incredible Hulk, the ladies are always trying to flirt with my man. They're excited. They're asking how tall he is, all of that. And it's usually older people, and they're nice. They're very nice. They're happy to be out of their homes doing something. I mean, they like the interaction. I like the interaction. So I'm always gonna go over there. Now I heard that they're trying some fuck shit this year, where you are gonna have to prove that you're a citizen, because I guess the IDs are not enough. But in order for you to prove that you're a citizen, you're gonna need a passport. Drop a bomb on passport. Drop a bomb on the passport office and the delays that they're going to purposely have so that people can't get a passport before it's time. You know, So you're gonna have to go over there and show your passport. Miss Yusuf, you says, yeah, the senior citizens work the polls. Ms. View, have you heard that they're trying to have people have to have a passport to be able to vote because that's how they could prove that they are citizens in their eyes. Now I got my passport, but I say all of this to say, just get your vote in person. Get your vote in person because this whole thing of like, oh, I'm just gonna mail my ballot. These people are getting ready to just do bullshit. This is evil as fuck. Evil as fuck. Ms. Yu says, I think that the real ID should be enough. Absolutely. Not only that, they when you go, every time I've gone, they ask for my ID. I gotta give them my ID. And this goes back to when I was voting in Harlem. They ask for the ID. They verify that you are at the right place. I've been with people that were at the wrong place and they got sent away to go to the other one a couple of blocks away, and they just left the group and went and did it. So they verify that shit. They have an official roster. They have an official and a real address. Yeah, they have an official roster because those people know, they even know what party you are affiliated with when you go over there nowadays. Now I remember there was a time where none of that shit was like their party affiliation. Like they didn't know that shit. Now they know that. Now they know that, and they give you like a special ballot, like a special color. I know because they did that to me. They did that to me, and they wanted to ask Hulk, and Hulk wanted to be, he didn't want to tell them which party, and she was like, "You have to tell me one." And he was like, "Well, what if I want to be an independent?" And she was like, "Is that what you want me to put?" And he was like, "No, put it as a Democrat." So he did that. But I just feel like they're getting ready to do some fuck shit this year, and it's not gonna be cool. This is gonna be, this is crazy. This is crazy, and I'm ready, Miss View, to be out of the history books. My generation, Miss View, has been in the history books since ever. 9/11 happened. The blackouts in New York happened. We got our first black president happen. The first woman running for office happened. The Katrina happened. I mean, I am ready. And then this motherfucker happened. Drop a bomb on the motherfucker. This motherfucker and his casket. This motherfucker happened twice. Twice. Oh, don't forget. Don't forget the Puerto Rican Three Kings Day. Scaling the wall of the Congress, running through the halls. You know, January 6th happened. January 6th happened. Like, I'm good. The wars happened. I don't want to. I don't want to be in the history books anymore. I'm good. Like let another generation have it. We good over here. We are good over here. Okay, I am currently now stirring up the red sauce. I am going to go ahead and give it a little taste. It is important, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm also Oh, I was gonna say scissoring Naris 21. No, we're not scissoring over here. We're not scissoring over here. The um, I'm sizzling the meatballs. Now, whenever you're getting ready to taste your red sauce, you're gonna get a wooden spoon, ladies and gentlemen, Naris 21, and you're gonna give it a nice little turn. You're gonna take said wood spoon and you're gonna go away from your pot to the sink. You're gonna blow on it. Blow, bitch, blow. Blow, bitch, blow. Because you don't want the worst thing the worst thing that could happen, Naris 21, is a red sauce burnt up in your mouth. It renders your mouth useless for a couple of days, if not a week or two. And bills are due soon. So you want all your faculties and extremities and orifices to work. Here we go. Mm. Oh my God. Every time, my husband, mm, hmm when he tastes this red sauce tonight, he's gonna give me everything I want 3 times. 3 times. Anything I want 3 times. Okay? I'm letting y'all know that when my husband gets this, he's gonna give me everything I want 3 times. I said 3 times, damn it. Now I flash fried these balls because we're not done yet. I flash fried these balls, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to now. Mm, that sauce is really, really promiscuous. It's really good right now. I'm gonna go ahead and take a smaller container, and I'm gonna place all of the meatballs in the small container, and I'm gonna take from the sauce, and I'm gonna put in this pot, and this pot is going to simmer by itself. This is gonna be our pot for tonight. It's gonna simmer by itself in low fire for a good hour or two, so that the meatballs can get infused by the red sauce. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna do this right now. Turn off that. I've turned it off. I am going to take another wooden spoon. I have one thing that I wish I could get better at, Miss View, Naris 21. When I cook, unfortunately, it's like an explosion has gone off. I cook and it's just a horrific sight. Everything is everywhere. My mama told me that the key is to wash the stuff as I go along. So I've been trying that, but I feel like I get tired. I get more tired. I know that's not the proper grammar or sentence structure, but I get more tired if I do it that way. But at the end of the day, then everything is cleaner. So I put some of the sauce in a little pot that I got, and now I'm dropping in all of the meatballs in the pot. So tonight when I serve it, I'm just gonna serve out of this pot, and it's going to be everything's gonna be infused. If some of the meatballs break, that's fine. Let them break in there in the sauce. It's all part of the whole thing. And this is gonna make sure that the turkey, because turkey is so hard to season sometimes, that the turkey is nicely infused with your sauce. So now I did that, and now I'm gonna take some more of the sauce. But you don't want no cross contamination. So what are you gonna do again? You're going to thoroughly rinse your wooden spoon that touched the meat, so that now that you're going in the sauce, you're not cross contaminating. Because the sauce that I did not use, whatever's left over, Miss View, I bottle it and I freeze it, and then that'll be a quick meal prep for later on in the week when I gotta come home and cook right after work. So we are now covering, and there's nice chunky tomatoes in there, nice whole tomatoes in there. Now I'm covering all of this and all this greatness. All these juices are in there. hmm And all of the balls, all of the meatballs are covered right now. It's like a serving for two. A little pot that I got. I'll put a little lid on it, and then I'm gonna leave that at low fire. In the back, I'm just gonna set it and forget it there. Like that. Let everything just sit there. Let everything just cook there. Now the meat is thoroughly cooked. I'm doing this so that everything infuses with the juice. You know what I'm saying? Now, now we're gonna get to the main event. The main event is this peach cobbler. Now let me go ahead and set the stage. I do need my iPad because I am following the recipe of a black man. Because I said, I need, I was searching, I was like black, and then my friend was like, no, don't say that, say Southern. I was like, well, that makes sense. All right, here we go with the cobbler. All right, let's see. Let me dry this right here, this surface right here. Okay, the peach cobbler recipe that we're doing today is by Mr. Make It Happen. Drop a bomb on Mr. Make It Happen. When you land over there in his page, he gives white man, but he's not a white man. He's not a white man, so I'm anticipating this is gonna taste delicious. All right. He says, introduction. When it comes to the test, can you hear me? Okay. Okay. Introduction. Oh, I know why he's doing that. Let me kill it over here. Can you guys still hear me? Can you guys still hear me? Let me know if you can hear me because I saw something drop. You guys hear me? Microphone check 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. The levels, the levels, the levels. One. Perfect. Thank you. All right. So the gentleman says, when it comes to classic desserts that evoke warmth and nostalgia, few can rival the irresistible charm of peach cobbler. This beloved dish combines juicy sweet peaches with a buttery biscuit-like topping that crisps up perfectly in the oven. Now, my friend was telling me that this could be a challenging dish to make because of that set crust that they're talking about in the article. So let's go ahead and begin with the crust. For the crust, um, let's see here. Hold on. Gotta get to the actual recipe in the bottom. Leave a comment. People are giving him good comments. All right. Cobbler topping. Equipment. All right. So the prep time is supposed to be 20 minutes. All right. Ingredients. All of the ingredients are there. Cobbler topping. For the cobbler topping, we are going to mix together all-purpose flour. Okay. Let me get the flour. All-purpose flour. Now, some people may say, why is JuankiPro doing a cooking segment in the dark? Because y'all don't need to be all up in my house. That's number one. Number two, because I felt like it. Number three, cuz. Just that, cuz, period. Next sentence. Cuz. C-U-S, cuz. For the cobbler topping, we are going to mix together all-purpose flour, baking powder, sugar, cream, cinnamon, nutmeg, and a pinch of sugar. Why does he keep saying cream? I didn't get cream. I got milk. Oh no. I got milk. I didn't get cream, Miss View. Ah, fuck. I got milk. I didn't get cream. Because he's giving me also a recipe on how to do caramel to drizzle on top. And that's what calls for the cream. Why is he saying cream? For the cobbler topping, we are going to mix together all-purpose flour, baking powder, sugar, cream, cinnamon, nutmeg, and pinch of sugar. Break out your whisk and mix until thoroughly combined. Next, grab your Nanaha casserole dish, melt 6 spoons of butter, pour this evenly on the bottom of the casserole. Okay, I think he's saying preheat oven to. I think he's saying cream, but I think this is a typo. I think this is a typo. It's a typo. It's a typo. So let me go ahead and mix everything. I know, Miss View. You can still use it. Okay, Miss View. All right. Thank you. So let me get my little bowl here. Got my bowl here, and I got my measuring tools. Measuring tool. You know, Mister, get it done right. What's this? What's this? Hmm, I was about to talk like I'm not live to the world. What's this man's what? Mr. Make It Happen. Mr. Make It Happen needed to go back and review his shit because this some of this not making sense. Some of this is not making sense. So for the cobbler topping, we are going to mix together all-purpose flour. Okay, and then I gotta go back and say how much flour did he ask for. This is not a good recipe. 1 cup of flour. Okay, come on, focus, JuankiPro. You can do this. You got the grease up in here. Okay, here we go. 1 cup all-purpose flour. Don't mind me, y'all. You know how I am. If I need to step away and come back, I won't take it personal. I get it. You got a psycho up in here trying to do some shit and. Hmm. All right. You know that the proper way to measure when you're doing cups and shit like that. Hold on, my iPad keeps shutting. Okay, I don't need the energy save mode because it keeps going dark on me. You're supposed to fill up your measuring tool and then take a knife and run it across the top, and that gives you truly a 1 cup. All right, so we want. Wait, what is it? Oh no! Oh hell no! Oh no! Oh, we're not doing this. We are not doing this. Fuck, ladies and gentlemen. You know they say that there's insects and shit in flour. Well, I think I found one. I don't trust it. I don't trust it. I don't trust it. That flour needs to go to the garbage. So I have another brand new one. Okay, listen. All of the powers that be are telling me that this peach cobbler bitch is not happening. I went and I poured all flour, all-purpose flour is white, right? So I'm pouring it out and I see a gray dot. When I pour it out, I'm trying to see if I have another bag. No, and it would. So I'm seeing a brown, like a gray dot. I pulled it up, and it looked like a little insect. And so that's a wrap on the cobbler. Fuck the cobbler. Fuck the all-purpose flour. Not doing it. We don't get down like that up in here. Oh, the sauce is almost done, so I can turn the sauce down. The original sauce, because I still have some in there. Let me just give it a nice little stir. Oh yes, because this is gonna burn. That's it. That one's I could turn this one off. Ladies and gentlemen, wah wah wah. I cannot I cannot do this. Oh my, yeah, Miss View. And the crazy thing is, this is a brand new thing of flour. Unbleached, all-purpose flour, King Arthur Baking Company. I opened it up, I pour it in, and I see the little gray thing. When I pull it up, it's a little insect. Let me just ask the AI real quick. Let me ask the AI real quick. Y'all know how I get down. But let me tell you something. I am making a dessert today, so y'all know I'm prepared for situations like this. We're gonna switch gears real quick and have something else. Let's see. Um, are there insects in my white flour? My white flour. Let's see. Return. Yes, your white flour can have insects, which are usually weevils, flower beetles, or flower mites. These tiny bugs often get into the flour as microscopic eggs during food processing before you even buy it. Signs of flour insects: weevils, small brown or black beetles with a tiny snout that crawl in the flour. Flour beetles, small, flat, reddish brown bugs. No, mine wasn't brown. Flour mites, tiny, nearly invisible white bugs that make the flour look damn clumpy. Moths, Indian meal moths that leave tiny web or crumbs in the bag. Okay, well, we're going to take this whole bag. I'm going to take this up. Let's see. You can still do the fruit and just put canned biscuit on top. Canned biscuit, Miss View. And guess what the fuck I have here? Would a honey butter biscuit be okay, Miss View? Because I have biscuit things over here. I have the little biscuit. I got the Jiffy Loop. No, not the Jiffy Loop. The Jiffy corn muffin. I got the corn muffin over here. And let's see. And I have the Red Lobster honey butter biscuit mix. Our secret recipe. Just add water and butter. Let's see. Oh, yes. Or do you have croissants? Oh, yes. Try that. Miss View, you want me to try the Red Lobster biscuit powder? I mean, it is flour after all. Try it. Okay. Well, let me go ahead and I want to get rid of this because I don't want any insects to cross contaminate the rest of the kitchen. So let me go ahead and put this in a bag. Let me clear the surface and I'm going to try this. Miss View, if this comes out horrible, I blame you. And I'm gonna send you a picture of this. Now I gotta post it. Now I definitely gotta post it. All right, let me put the flour in there. I'm putting it in a bag. I'm sealing the bag tight, and this is going out to the garbage tonight. It's going right out to the garbage. We don't play with no fucking insects over here. Absolutely not. What a shame, because it's a brand new bag of it's a brand new bag of now we're gonna wash this. We're gonna rinse this, but we're not gonna use that one because that one's gonna be wet, and then it's gonna be a problem to try to. I'm gonna use a dry one. All right, Miss View. Biscuit batter. Let's see. Let's see, Miss View. While I do that, I need to have. All right, here we are again. Will you still use the same amount? Yes, I'm gonna use the same amount. I'm gonna use the same amount because I'm realizing that the biscuit batter is just flour too. It's just flour. It's just flour, but with it has like honey in it, so there may be something to do with the little taste. But let's see. Okay, 1 cup of the batter, of the flour. I mean. Okay, boom. And guess what? It's already like clummy because that the whole thing is that they saying they will try to make it clummy. All right, so I put that. Let me go back to this guy. Where is this guy? Oh, did I? I got so upset I completely even closed this page out. Let's go back, Mister. Get it done, Mister. Okay. All right, so I got that in there. The cobbler together, all flour, baking powder. Baking powder, which I did not know baking powder was different than baking soda. So baking powder. Let's see. 1 cup of flour, done. For the cobbler topping, we are going to mix together all-purpose flour, baking powder. How much is the baking powder? 2 tablespoons, 2 tabs. TAPS. What is that? Is that tablespoons or teaspoons of baking powder? Half a cup, 1/3. I saw something that had a third over there. 2 tabs. Is that tablespoons or teaspoons? 2 tabs of baking powder should taste wonderful. The mix might have already baking powder in it. Oh, you're absolutely right. Let me go over here and see, Miss View. You got me. Let's see. Let me read what it says. It has enriched bleach flour, wheat flour material, barley flour, niacin, reduced iron, riboflavin, folic acid, palm and soybean oil, sugar less than 2% of ascorbic acid, baking soda. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Okay, and a tab is a table. Okay, so I don't have to do the baking soda. So let me scratch the baking soda out. Baking soda's out. Baking powder's out. All right, 6 teaspoons of butter melted. So let me get the butter. 6. All right, they want me to melt this. Okay, let's get it on the fire. I don't I don't own a microwave. We had one back when we were in the penthouse, and we got rid of it. So I just one, two, three, four, five, six. So I'm going by the butter sticks have these markers on the side that tells you how many tablespoons it is, or teaspoons, or whatever. So I'm using that. Oh, I just got real hungry, ladies and gentlemen. I just got, you know, when you get real hungry and you start like fucking sweating and shaking? That's how I'm feeling right now. But I will not have dinner without my husband, the Incredible Hulk. So at whatever time he's able to come out, he's actually on an event, on a business event right now. And so, but he knows he got a good meal over here. Got a good meal, Savannah. All right, now let's melt the butter. Melt the butter right there. All right. 1 cup white sugar. Together for the cobbler toppings, we're mixing together all-purpose flour. Did that baking powder was part of that. Sugar, cream, cinnamon. Okay. Cinnamon and nutmeg. All right. I got the nutmeg, and that's to taste. So I got the nutmeg and I got cinnamon here. So let's go ahead and mix that. Cinnamon. Okay. Cinnamon. All right. Put some. I eyeballed it, and then the nutmeg, which they should like name that something else, cause nutmeg. You want some nutmeg? Like who the hell? You know what I'm saying? My immature self. Ooh, this is strong. This smells. All right, nutmeg. I'm just gonna eyeball it, and I'm not putting a lot of it because it has a strong scent, so it looks like it might be a strong situation. When I do that, I'm going to go ahead and review and look at the meatballs again. Make sure that they are not burning at the bottom of the pan. This smells absolutely delicious, ladies and gentlemen. The flavor in this. Oh my God. Hulk is going to give me everything I want 3 times. 3 fucking times. All right, the butter is starting to melt. The nutmeg is in there, so I can cross out the nutmeg. Okay. For the cobbler topping, we're going to mix together all-purpose flour, done. Baking powder, that's part of the flour. Sugar, cream, cinnamon, nutmeg, and a pinch of sugar. Okay. See, but this shit is off because it's mentioning sugar twice. But okay, what kind of sugar? 1 cup of white sugar. We got the white sugar here. Damn, 1 cup. That's a lot. You know what? A whole cup of sugar. That seems like a lot of fucking sugar. Cup of sugar. That's a lot of fucking sugar. 1 cup of white sugar done for the batter. Half a tablespoon of salt. Half a tablespoon of salt. Iodized salt. My little measurement tool. Where's my little measurement? So that's a third. That's a half a cup of tablespoon. Okay. Let me wash this. Even though it's clean, I like to wash. No sugar. Maybe in mix. Oh, babe, it's already in there. It's already in there. I'm moving real fast. The salt is in there. Okay. Now I'm missing and a pinch of sugar. Cream. I guess it's not the cream, it's the milk. So let me go ahead and put the milk in there. We got the milk. 3/4 of a cup of milk. So 3/4 of a cup, 1/4, that means 3 times that cup. One, two, three. 3 times that cup. Oh, I need to preheat the oven. We are going to bake this at 375. 375. Bake 375. Start. Okay. A spoon of butter and a third cup of milk. Okay. Break into the whisk, mix thoroughly, combine. Next, grab your casserole milk. Okay, got it. So then I'm going to now mix this with a whisk. I don't have a whisk. I always throw whisk or just like they get in the way and they're messy. So I just often just use a fork. So I am mixing this whole thing up. Well, it looked like what he looked like in the video. So this was actually smart of Miss View to tell me to use the batter from the biscuits. All right, so I am. Smells good. I'm whisking everything together. Pinch of sugar. Break out your whisk and mix thoroughly. Combine. Next, grab your 9.5 casserole dish and melt 6 tablespoons of butter. Pour this evenly on the bottom of the casserole dish. Okay, we got the casserole dish there. Okay, let's see. Now it wants me to go to the, which I'm not really using. I'm doing my own thing. I'm not really using a 6.5 or whatever, or 9 by. I'm using just a cookie tray. But I'm gonna go ahead and do this to the side like this, like it asked me to do it, like that. Okay, the butter is all over. The melted butter is evenly distributed. Okay. What the fuck? My page just went blank. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, I'm usually not this messy when I'm cooking in terms of like, and I studied the recipe this afternoon. I was like, okay, I can do this. This is not really that challenging. The fuck was I thinking? Thank you, Miss View. I'm up to the point where I buttered the pan, and now let me see what else is saying. Break your whisk, Americans with Thorium combined. Next, grab your 9.5 casserole dish and melt 6 tablespoons of butter. Pour it evenly on the bottom. I did that. Then add your batter on the melted butter and spread it out evenly, one layer. Well, let's see, because remember what I told you guys. I don't really have. It's not the same measurement, but I can spread it evenly. That's what she said. That's what she said. Now, here's what you know about spreading it evenly. Okay. Okay, this is looking like the video. This is looking like the video and the pictures that the guy has. Mr. Get It Done or whatever his name is. Okay, I'm just spreading the mixture now in the dish, in the pan. Okay. Now it's time to get started on your peaches. We are using two. Okay, let me get the peaches now. Let me get the peaches. All right. Let me get the dish for the peaches. Thank you for being back. All right, now it's time to get into it with the peaches. All right. So what I'm going to do, Miss View, is because then I was told that in order for it to really be like good and shit, you have to have like your peaches gotta be good. And when you have your own peaches and your own peach tree, you may not like all the peaches may not be sweet and all the peaches may not be, getting it together and shit. So what I did was I got 2 cans of the peaches that are already in the store, the canned peaches with the nectar and all that. And then I got me 2 containers of the peaches I have here. So it's going to be a mixture of that because I felt like if my peaches from my yard are not that sweet with the nectar and all that, it's all going to go, it's all going to get together. So he says, now it's time to get the peaches. We are using 2 cans of peaches in syrup along with the white and brown sugar, cinnamon, nutmeg, lemon zest, and a pinch of the salt. You can add a little of vanilla extract here if you prefer. Okay, simmer the mixture until the thickens. All right, so let me go ahead and turn this on. I'm going to put my peaches. That right there, that you're hearing, ladies and gentlemen, is my own peaches. There you go. They're frozen though, but it's my own peaches. Mm-hmm. Well, let me see. Mm. Mm. Peaches. Mm. So good to me. Hmm. I think the best thing, Miss Drew, for me that I like about the peaches in the yard is that I know exactly what they are. No pesticides. I could have done just with 1 can of peaches. Actually, it's a lot of peaches. You're gonna have a lot of peaches in this gobbler. But I'm gonna freeze the other one. I can freeze the other one. All right, so that's in there. And he says we're gonna add the sugar, brown sugar, nutmeg. You know what, ladies and gentlemen? I'm gonna eyeball this next step. Yep, the mixture of the sugar because let me eyeball this. I trust myself. Let me go ahead. You gotta experiment some stuff. Simmer the mixture until it thickens a bit, about 10 to 15 minutes. You can also use a slurry. I don't want to do that. So I heard it was what? Let me get brown sugar. Let's put a good 2 cups of brown sugar. You know, it's half a cup. So 2 half a cups make 1 cup, right? We are reducing, so I know how to reduce shit. I reduce bitches with my vocabulary all the time. Every day I'm reducing a bitch at work. Okay. I did a cup and a half of that. Now I don't understand why if we're doing brown sugar, it also calls for white sugar. I'm feeling ways about that, but I'll put just half a cup of white sugar in there. We all know the best sugar is brown sugar. All right. Then it calls again for some nutmeg. So this is more the same. Where did I put the nutmeg? Where did I put the nutmeg? Okay, a little bit more of the nutmeg. Okay, and a little bit more of vanilla extract. And I have Dominican vanilla extract. This is from DR. Straight from the jar. Put a little bit of vanilla extract. I'm eyeballing this too. That's it. Now I have to mix everything in together. The nutmeg, the cinnamon. Oh, cinnamon. We didn't put no cinnamon in the cobbler. Let's put some cinnamon in there too. And ladies and gentlemen, I got vanilla ice cream to have this go together with vanilla ice cream. All right, now I need to stir this whole thing up so that it all can reduce. So right now I'm mixing everything that I just mentioned in a pot. I'm mixing it all together. All the peaches, it's sitting in the juice. Oh wow, the smell. This smells excellent. Miss View, this smells excellent. I just want to make sure everything is thoroughly mixed in together and that it gets thick. So, reduce. So it's kind of like a syrup that we're aiming to make, I guess. I feel like I'm missing one thing, but I'm not so sure. Let me see. Let me just review. And I think that's it, ladies and gentlemen. The next step is going to be assembly of it and putting it in the oven. Let's see here. Simmer the mixture until it thickens, and then I'm going to pour that into the bowl. The crust of the batter will rise to the top as you see below and form that old school peach cobbler topping we love. Okay, and then it's gonna be like that. And final thoughts. Okay, so I need to wait for this to simmer, and then I'm going to assemble it. While we wait for that to simmer, let me see. I want to give it a little taste. Oh my God, Miss View. I just tasted my the peaches in the syrup. Miss View. Oh my God, I'm ready to put a stand, Miss View. I'm gonna need you to do my booking, Miss View. My bookings and my payroll because I'm ready to open up a motherfucking stand with this. This is not done, and I can already tell you this is fucking delicious. However, I do want to put a little bit more of brown sugar. So originally I did a cup and a half. It calls for 2 cups. 2 cups. Boom. There he goes. 2 cups. All right. Okay. It's 8:44. Now I gotta let this simmer, and then I'm going to simmer and reduce, and then I'm going to drop it in the pan, and then he says that we're going to cook this for how long? The crust of batter will rise to the top. All right. Once you have the flour right where you want it, add the peaches onto the batter. We are going to bake this at 375 for 15 minutes. Great. So this gives me some time to now wait for this to simmer and reduce a little bit more. And then I'm going to go ahead and put it in. That's what she said. Put it in. Um, I'm going to put some pictures up. Again, I anticipate dinner to be 9:45, closer to 10 o'clock tonight. Please keep up with my community page so that I can show you a final picture of it. Um, I want to thank you, Miss View, because I was getting ready to give up on this, drop a bomb on that. Um, I also want to see what our little science experiment is going to look like because I substituted the flour for Red Lobster honey butter biscuit mix. Okay, so it's something else. Thank you again, Miss View. Thank you, Naris21. People who popped in, please keep up with my page. I will be posting the final product on there tonight. Okay, wish me luck, and I'll let you know how it tastes. Thank you for riding with me for 74 minutes and 32 seconds. Wow. Um, yeah, have a good night. Thank you so much. Thank you, Miss View. I'm going to email you and let you know how it went, Miss View. And I will see you guys tomorrow, unless this is really delicious and I got to come through life again later on tonight to talk about it. I want to see you guys hopefully later tonight. Thank you so much. All right. Peace.